It tells you right here. Why? Because it's marine proof. All right, it's that time again. Time for another wet solo overnighter in the woods. And I'm thinking we do an open air shelter and utilize some micro terrain. So let's get to it. In today's video, I want to go ahead and utilize the terrain to my advantage. We started doing that last week. And if you look around here, what I just showed you is a nice flat spot with a berm made out of rocks and mud right here behind me. With that, there's rocks everywhere, this size and larger. So what I'm thinking is we utilize the natural terrain features or the micro terrain that's large enough to hide a single person and take the rocks, construct some type of wall out in front of me right here. And that's going to be my second wall for a fire. The natural wall is right behind me. I'm going to be nestled right here. Now, think back to July, August. We did an old school military gear video, and I talked about at some point in the future, when it gets cooler, we'll bring out the military sleep system from the 1990s. Well, guess what? You're in luck, because today we're going to roll with that. For today's video, we're going to focus on the original OG MSS or military sleep system. It's a 4-piece modular system that comes with an outer compression sack or bag, a lightweight sleeping bag, an intermediate sleeping bag or a black bag, and an outer Goretex shell to keep the elements off: wind, rain, and snow. Now, these were issued in the Marine Corps in 1995. Other branches, probably earlier. The Marine Corps tends to get the stuff after it's filtered all the way through, half used and destroyed, and then they decide, hey, we're going to hook you up. So we saw these around late 1995, and they kept this system until about the mid-2000s, and they have the new and improved MSS, or military sleep system, or modular sleep system. Now, this one right here, the outer bag, is a simple compression bag or sack. You can adjust the size that you want, scrunch it down, and simply pull your nylon strap and buckle and make it smaller. Right around the bag opening, it tended to rip, or the string in this case would be destroyed over time. So half the time you'd have a brand new bag with no string in it, or you'd have a bag with a black string and it would become unsewn or destroyed around the edges, making it unable to be closed, and it always sucked. So the first item we're going to talk about is the green patrol bag. This is the lightweight bag. It's got your standard zipper right here and button snaps as well. At the top, you have a hood area here that you can go ahead and cinch it around your head with a drawstring. Half the time it worked, half the time it didn't. Now, there's a lot of misinformation on the internet about these bags. So I'm going to read right here at the bottom exactly what it says. Blah, 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 whatever. The important takeaways right here are at the very bottom on point number 4. It says, configuration. Outer green patrol bag is designed to be used in temperatures down to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Now, does that mean you're going to be warm? Most likely not. Then we're going to move on down here to point B, and it says the inner black bag is designed to be used in temperatures from 30 degrees to minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that means both bags together. The common mistake was one bag is good for minus 10. It's meant to be joined together, and I'll show you that here in a minute. The second point of misinformation is people say, well, the green bag should go inside this one. The black bag should go inside that one. It tells you right here. Why? Because it's marine proof. C under point number 4 states join both bags together by placing black bag inside green bag. and snapping all black bag snaps to green bag snaps along each side of the zippers. And now for our black bag. Other than the color, it's identical to the green one, except for one difference. It's thicker. And now for the grand finale. The infamous Goretex outer shell / bivy sack. The best and worst piece of gear that you'll ever own or have issued to you. And here's why. The technology at the time came out with something called Goretex, and it was a godsend. Simply for the fact that the pores in this material are smaller than the water droplets that fall from the sky. So when it hits it, it will beat up and roll off. Initially hearing that, you're like, damn, I want that. Well, here's the downside. If water cannot enter it, water / vapor cannot escape. So what tended to happen was, imagine being in a humid area like Louisiana, Thailand, Okinawa, Japan, Ohio, Kentucky, midsummer, June, July, where you just sweat all day, but at least your body can vent. Now put something like this over top of it, that's the equivalent of a trash bag, and trap that entire climate of humidity on your body for say 10, 12, 20 hours straight. Your skin's going to turn white, it prunes up like you're inside of a bathtub, and the water can't be released. So something called prickly heat happens once you decide to start drying out. Your skin looks normal, you think, wow, this feels great. And then you start to sweat, and it feels like 1,000 needles just all over your back and your arms and your armpits and your neck and your head, and it's enough to drive you mad and batshit crazy. And that was the beauty of Goretex. And once you have everything buttoned up, you can either zip the black bag on the inside first, or simply zip the green outer bag, and it's all being held together. And if that wasn't painful enough, check this out. Imagine not snapping both these bags together. You get inside, they want to start slipping around, right? And say you get kind of warm, you want to vent, so you pull one or throw one off of you and toss and turn. And then it works its way down the bag around your feet, trying to fight with it, trying to get to it. Now, that's just the bags. We haven't talked about the outer shell yet. There's a series of button snaps on here as well that are twofold. One, it requires you to snap the green bag to the bivy sack. Then you have the option to zip it up and snap it shut as well. So what we just talked about, the bags slipping on each other, now they can slip against the bivy sack and slide down also. So you want to make sure that everything's working together and all buttoned up and good to go. Look at that, still works. Number two. Hop onto this side over here. There's the first one. I'm going to snap it up. Now, we can zip her up. And if you choose to, you can button it down. Now, someone's going to look at this and say, I wouldn't carry all that, it's too big, it weighs too much. Well, 9.5 pounds. Now, most queen or king size wool blankets, smashed down as tight as you're going to get them, are still going to be about that big around, about that long or longer. They're going to weigh about 6.5 to 8.5 pounds. depending on the type of wool you actually use, meaning 100% wool or synthetic fibers added to it, and it is 1 layer. This right here gives you minimum 3 layers and is good in temperatures down to minus 30 degrees when everything's all working as one piece, as one unit in unison with each other, and your body inside as a heater pumping it off through those multiple layers. So here's my take on this. People that were in my era that carried something like this, you probably tend to want to use this car camping, tent camping, things like that. But carrying it out in the woods just to carry it, just to use it in that many pieces, unless you're in a real cold environment, probably not reality. Now, the green bag by itself can be smashed down. Even the black bag can be smashed down. And it will give you those nice, under quilt hammock effect, and trap that heat. Now, those that watch my videos religiously, we talked last week about utilizing the terrain to our advantage, and we had our fire lower than we were sitting, and the heat rose right to us, and we trapped it with an overhang. This is an open air shelter, so no trapping of the heat is going to occur. However, we can make that fire or that heat travel right across us. And how do we do that? Our fire pit is about 1.5 feet drop lower than my current position. It's also going to superheat those rocks up and create a radiator system where the heat is going to radiate off of those rocks towards me. The smoke's going to go up, and the heat's going to travel this way and up as well, so keeping me warm. Bonus feature, being that the fire pit is lower, there's no risk of embers or logs rolling towards me and catching my bag on fire or burning me in the night. Everything will be trapped right there, and hopefully we'll stay warm and toasty all night. Best chili ever. The jalapeno, perfect kick. The bacon jerky is actually chewy, just like bacon would be. And it's just heated up over the fire. Outstanding. Catch you all in a few. Now right now, if you go to my video description box and click on my Etsy store, we got 100 skillets available right now. We have the Corporals Corner Cowboy Skillet. These are my personal favorite ones, by the way. We have the Frontier Skillet, which is nothing more than a pipe nub where you can insert a stick and basically save space, put it in a haversack, butt pack, and it's a space saver. Does the same thing as that one, same size, but it just eliminates the handle and you can make your own. And we have the most popular Corporals Corner folding skillet. Check that out. Boom. All these are made in USA, USA steel, and fabricated by yours truly. And I want to take a brief moment here to talk about designing items, research and development. For me, I can see a picture in my head, and I have to figure out how to make that item based on the picture. And it's trial and error. Many, 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 many failures. Research and development is not scoping through, Temu or Alibaba, clicking on something and telling them to put your logo on there and then call it yours. That's not research and development. You're spending hours, tens of hours, hundreds of hours inside of a shop for days, weeks, months, maybe even years, developing something, improving something, getting the item out there, getting it in the hands of people, have them test it, find out what works, what doesn't, bring it back, improve on it, and just continuing that process. That's what research and development actually is. And every time you improve something, it should be better and easier to use for the consumer. If you get something back and it's 2.0'd and it's garbage, or it's harder to use, or what you could do before you can't do now, and it's just a mess, then back to the drawing board. So I pride myself in my work. I'm a one-man show. And so far to date, we've sold 800. We're dropping the 900 series right now as we speak. And my minimum goal was 1,000. And we're almost there. At the same current rate, within less than 2 weeks, we should make it. I have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Long-term goal we'll discuss later. Once we hit 1,000, I got something else in store for you. So stay tuned. Now real quick, while we're talking about skillets, the Corporals Corner plain handle cowboy skillet and plain handle pipe nub are going to be discontinued at some point in the future to make room for something else. Now, I've stated this before, and people panicked and said, "You're not making skillets no more." Never once said I'm not making skillets anymore. I said the plain handle skillet and the pipe nub will be discontinued at some point in the future. So get them while you can. While we're talking about skillets, we have our Corporals Corner skillet bag available through Campcraft Outdoors. That link is found in my video description box also. I suggest that if you want one of these or you're interested in getting one, you jump on it now, because after Christmas, we're going to probably discontinue these and move on to something else. So if you want a bag, Campcraft Outdoors, that link once again is inside my video description box next to my Etsy store. It will fit all three of these skillets, as well as a full-size spatula and a 6x12 grill and utensils of your choice with room to spare. We have 2 pockets on the inside. And a drawstring bag. So other than stacking wet wood on here to dry out for the night, last thing we need to talk about here, and I'll bring this up right now because it's the holiday season, and Survival Mastery is going to offer a 25 to 50% discount on all annual subscriptions starting right now. And it's simple. There's no code. All you got to do, go to the website. That website for Survival Mastery Online is found in my video description box. Click on it. Right when you get there, a pop-up will open. Boom. 25 to 50% off. And you click the button. Click. And it automatically takes it off. And here's the harsh reality. For the price of probably less than $9 a month, you'll have a year subscription. So my advice, jump on that right now and take advantage of it. We got 6 individuals up there right now with their video series. Matt Graham is going to be filming his the first week of December, and I'm immediately following him. So we're going to have, that brings us to 8 by the end of the year. And when I say series, it's not one video, it's multiple videos. The current individuals that are on there, you've only seen 1 or 2 of their videos out of the entire series. And by the end of next year, we're looking at having 25 to 30 more up there as well. So once again, Survival Mastery Online, jump on that 25 to 50% discount. That link is found in my video description box. So that coal bed's about perfect right now. On that note, catch you all in the morning. So I'll be completely honest. This is everything that I thought it would be, but hoped that it wouldn't. I'm trying to think back in my videos, when did I actually do this last? And I can't remember. I mean, just entire system like this, not one piece or 2 pieces, the entire thing. If I did, it was probably 4+ years ago. I mean, that's, bad enough memories as it is. Was that fire even needed? No. I'm so warm in here. I mean, I'm on the verge of sweating, but it is what it is. I'm happy we broke it out. Still serviceable from, mid-90s. And that's the one beauty of new old stock. You can get things that are brand new, that are 25, 30, or 40+ years old. Brand new. Never been issued. So, you got to find certain dealers that have that stuff, though. Oh, and the infamous jacket pillow. Stuff everything into the hood. You got a nice football-sized pillow. Boom. Coffee time. Ah, man. On that note, I gotta pack all this up and get out of here. Why? Because we gotta drop a video in a few hours. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in 2 places. 1, my Amazon affiliate page, and 2, my Etsy store. Both links are found inside my video description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get on the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.